How I feel? Blessed. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock the hips. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for hips, the shawty is a winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders live stream. And in today's live stream, we're just here to kick it and talk about the Washington Commanders as training camp is on the horizon. One of the main topics for tonight's show, and that's been a topic for the past couple of weeks, I would say even going back to the draft, actually, so a couple months, is Brandon Aiyuk to Washington. Yet another installment of Brandon Aiyuk drama or news surrounding the Washington Commanders drops again. So I think the last time that we stopped off with talking about Brandon Aiyuk was when he went onto the Pivot podcast with Jaden Daniels, and he talked about a couple of teams that he wanted to play for, and he ended up mentioning the Washington Commanders as being one of those teams. Then you now get to this past week as Brandon Aiyuk took it upon himself to go on his TikTok and he posted a picture of Washington Commanders minicamp. Now, this took Washington's Twitter, Instagram, social media into a frenzy because it had a lot of mixed opinions. Yeah, you had a part of the fan base that kind of was excited about it and was like, oh, man, this is another sign that he wants to play for the Commanders. Blah blah blah. Then you had the other part of the fan base that was kind of like, "Hey man, I don't really know how I feel about that because he's posting our formations and all that. We gave another team our look on offense." So you had a couple of people that were mixed opinions about it, and obviously we know where he got the picture from. It is Jaden Daniels. So for me, let me know how y'all feel about it. Excuse me, my hair is a little wet. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want it long. I'm trying to brush it to keep it down. I kind of want some waves, but I don't even know if I can get those. But let me know how y'all feel about it. As me personally, like I don't really see the big deal about it. Like, yeah, of course, Jaden Daniels is maybe sent him a picture of our formation, but they're homies and stuff like that. And for a little we know they probably could have been sitting in there going over formations, probably practicing or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, doing film study with each other. Maybe Jaden Daniels got some San Francisco 49ers formations or whatever that he was helping Brandon Aiyuk with. Who knows? I definitely don't think it's a big deal. I'm honestly, it is what it is. I think it just more so shows that Brandon Aiyuk is pressing his point that he wants to come to Washington that much more. But on the same time, you can also say maybe he doesn't even really want to come to Washington. Maybe he's just using this as a leverage to get the 49ers to pay him what he wants. Him constantly saying that he's going to go to these other teams. Maybe it's because he, obviously genuinely probably wants to come here, but also it's probably just so San Francisco can bite and pay him what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? So that's really just my take on it. What says y'all out there, the 8 people that's in here? How do y'all feel about the Jaden Daniels and or the Brandon Aiyuk thing where he posted Washington's practice on his TikTok? As always, again, thank you for tuning in to the live stream. We try to do this probably every often as we can. Once we get to training camp, we'll be back more active on the live streams. But yeah, man, shout out to my man Will Diggs. I appreciate you, Will Diggs, so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much, my man. I really do appreciate you. While we at it, make sure you guys go ahead and use SeatGeek promo code Juan Gotti to get $20 off your first purchase. I know a lot of y'all are planning on going to some games this season, so why not, save yourself $20 off your purchase? You know what I'm saying? That $20 can go somewhere else. Maybe the food when you get there, maybe gas, maybe it can help with your flight, whatever. $20 you can save in your pocket by using code Juan Gotti on SeatGeek to get you $20 off your first purchase. Shout out to my man Barry, Will Diggs, Dwayne Howard. What's up? How you doing? Barry says, I don't think we getting BA for real. They playing, bro. Yeah, I mean, I already made the assumption. I don't think he's gonna be here in Washington this year. I think next year free agency is when he'll be in Washington, or at least we have a better shot. Now, a lot of people did make the reference or did make the point that the 49ers could also franchise tag him next year. But I think he wants a long-term deal. It's apparent that he wants a long-term deal. I don't think no players really like playing on that franchise tag because they want somewhere to call home. It's not really no insurance on that franchise tag. So I can see where they could potentially franchise tag him, but I also see where he would want a long-term deal, and that way 49ers may not be open to paying him that because they already paid Jawan Jennings this offseason. They drafted another wide receiver. They already got Deebo Samuel. They still got to pay Brock Purdy coming up here shortly. So they have some priorities that they have to take care of. Dubs, what's going on? How you doing, my man? I appreciate you for coming through. He says, "What's up, Juan? What's up, Dubs? How you doing, man?" But yeah, y'all, that's really what I had to say. Anytime we come on here, we just kick it, talk. I really don't never come on with a plan. I just come on and let you guys answer some questions, ask some questions if you have it, and we just talk about the team. If it ain't really much to talk about, then I get up out of here. You feel me? I guess we can talk about the some training camps, cuts. I seen my man Pedro video today. I still gotta watch it fully, but I did see the notification. He was talking about surprise cuts. I guess there are a couple surprise cuts that you could potentially look out for this training camp. Maybe the De'Ami Brown. I don't know if that's necessarily a surprise cut for some of y'all. Maybe y'all expecting that, or you know what I'm saying, could see that. What else could be a surprise cut? I think John Bates is another name that you could throw out there. There are a couple of guys. Barry says, and we got to pay Terry soon, so I don't know if we get him. Yeah, I mean, you can. I believe that's something that you will do. But Terry's, obviously going to be climbing up there in age, so his price tag isn't going to be as steep as a Brandon Aiyuk. You know what I'm saying? So I think we could pay both, but I mean, are you willing to invest that much into one position, knowing that we have other holes to figure out? Me personally, I'm all for it because I think the salary cap is just getting higher and higher each and every year. Teams are figuring out ways to work around it to get what they need for their team. The Eagles are king at that, getting so many star players on one team. So is the Rams. Like, they did it. Like, salary cap to me is not, I want to say it's an imagination, but you got to know how to have a GM that knows how to figure it out and work around it with still getting the results and still getting the players that he needs for his team. And I think we have a GM that's very good at that in Adam Peters. So I'm very optimistic that we can potentially get a deal done with Terry and Brandon Aiyuk. Terry's was going to be what, 29 his birthday, or is he? Yeah, I want to see. He'll be 29 his birthday. Let me just double check. Yeah, he'll be 29 his birthday. So you give him. He's going into the last year of his deal. I want to say he signed it in 2025. So no, he has one more year left on his deal. So by the time he's ready to re-up again, it'll be 29. If you could sign him to another 3-year deal, maybe 3-year, $30 million deal, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. He's making around $22 million a year, 3 or $68 million. I'm not sure if he, would want that again, depending on how he turns up. Like, if Jaden Daniels turns him up, he could potentially want more money this go around if he actually produces more. But if he's still around this kind of, receiver that he is now, still, which is really good, still would love to have him back, then that way you'll be able to, kind of maneuver it. Like I said, 3-year, $10 million a year for Terry is probably too low because, again, he is still in the wide receiver market. So maybe, I don't know, 3 years, because he's going to be 32 at the end of the next time his contract, if we re-sign him again. So you got to also play that into a factor, is that he's pushing 30. Yo, let's go, Washington. What's up? How you doing, Dominic? How you doing? Barry says if we trade a second and a player, I'm cool with it, but not no first round though for Brandon Aiyuk. Yeah, I think Finn, again, Washington actually was interested in Brandon Aiyuk this summer. I mean, this draft. So he was obviously on our radar, and we obviously were interested in him, but we decided not to pull the trigger because I believe the 49ers were asking for a first round pick. So you're right. I mean, it's all about what they're willing to take because they could play hardball all they want. Either way, you're gonna play hardball and not get that for not get anything from him in trade, or you can play hardball and have to either pay him or let him walk. So I think they have to give somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because Washington's looking at it like you can't expect us to give up a first round pick and then we still have to turn around and pay him top dollar, Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of money. You can't expect us to do that. That's just killing us. So the 49ers either have to bite the bullet on taking lesser draft capital, which a second, third round pick is not bad at all. That's still good draft capital. Or you might as well just go ahead and pay him or let him walk in free agency. Either way it goes, you have to potentially give something. But again, I don't think anything's going to happen this summer. We're too late into the offseason for something that big to happen, in my opinion. But next year's free agency um, is when I think things are going to get serious with Brandon Aiyuk and Washington potentially. Dwayne says, "How do you feel about JD playing defensive end, or do you think we're going to trade him?" I've made multiple videos on that. If you haven't checked it out, man, I love that move by Washington. I've been screaming for Jamin Davis to go to the edge for years now, man. I don't know what the last regime never saw with them, but it just goes to show you how we really do have different coaches in the building, man, and people that are actually football minds. Because that you could anybody at home could see that Jamin Davis is a better edge rusher, or at least going to get to quarterback blitzing. You know what I'm saying? And then instead of being in the force in the run game, than he is, pass coverage, being the anchor of the defense, calling the plays. Like I've been saying that for years now. Use him in the Michael Parsons kind of role, where he's not as dominant as Michael Parsons, but he's as athletically gifted, if not better athletically gifted than Michael Parsons. So why not take advantage of that? I've been screaming for that for 2 years now, going on 3. So I'm excited that this regime and this coaching staff sees that, and they're trying to plan on taking advantage of that. Again, that may not be his necessary, position change, but it's probably different packages that they'll have drawn up for him to where he can be in a defensive end kind of role. And I love it, man. I love it. I want more of it. You feel me? Antoine, what's up, man? How you doing? Appreciate you for coming through. Will Diggs says, if Jahan is legit, we're going to have to pay him. We have to pay the homegrown talent first. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. I mean, the thing with Jahan Dotson is last year he just wasn't producing enough, and a lot of it wasn't his fault. Some of it was, but he definitely had a disappointing year. But who didn't have a disappointing year under Eric Bieniemy, especially on the offensive side of the ball? So I can't even be mad at him. But no, you're definitely right. He's going into year 3. I believe that Jahan has all the talent in the world to be successful, and that is a really good point. Like if Jahan is good, you gotta extend Terry, you gotta extend him. And then you talk about getting Brandon Aiyuk. That may be too much invested into one position group. But again, that's why the Brandon Aiyuk thing isn't an all but said done deal. It's something that we believe can happen and will happen and would happen, but it ain't nothing that's guaranteed. Especially if you have a guy like Jahan Dotson that can give you Brandon Aiyuk production. But let's not get it twisted. Brandon Aiyuk is giving you receiver 1 production on a team where he's the wide receiver 2. So if Jahan Dotson cannot give that to us, we have to obviously invest in it somewhere else. And that's not to say that Jahan Dotson can't be good or can't be on someone's team, but he's probably a second or third option, maybe. And I'm not saying that's what he is now. I'm saying, but that could be the realistic, what's the word I'm looking there for? Like the realistic outcome potentially after, if he doesn't do it this year, if he doesn't do it next year, it's probably like, Jahan is a really solid receiver, but he ain't nobody. He ain't Brandon Aiyuk. He ain't Terry McLaurin, right? He ain't this receiver 1. Or it could be now that he has a quarterback similar to Terry, that he goes up, he blows up. Like I remember going into year 2, man, going into the EB year last year, man, I thought Terry and Jahan Dotson was going to be a really good duo. And it did not. I could have been further from the truth. Even when Terry McLaurin, it's bad when Terry McLaurin is struggling to get to 1,000 yards, let alone his co-partner barely getting I want to say, did Jahan Dawson have 500 yards last year? I don't even know. Let me actually double check that, man. I want to say he had maybe like 300 receiving yards last year, or maybe I'm tweaking. No, he had 518 last year. Those were some hard earned 518 yards, and I would honestly would say, uh, those back to back 500 yard seasons, you arguably can say should have been almost 1,000 yards, if not 1,000 yard seasons, if he was getting the ball more. So I definitely see what you're talking about. I definitely see what you're talking about. But again, make sure you guys like the stream up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to use promo code Juan Gotti on SeatGeek to get $20 off your first purchase. I know a lot of y'all are planning to go to concerts this summer, Washington Commanders games, anything on SeatGeek that piques your interest. Go ahead and get $20 off your first purchase by punching in Juan Gotti and SeatGeek. They got all the best tickets across the world. I'm telling you, it's a smooth deal. You don't want to miss it. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, again, sorry guys for the stream being lack of, like, I guess, topics, but it ain't really a lot for us to talk about tonight. Again, this is really, I really go live typically with someone so we can kind of have that conversation, but also for you guys to have questions, because when it's just me up here until training camp comes around, like once topics start to flow, but now it ain't really nothing to talk about. Let me actually search Hogs Haven right quick, see if we can get some topics. But yeah, so if this is y'all time to answer questions, so don't be shy away to keep asking questions, even if it's just you, even if it's just you and me talking. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy to ask questions, because right now this is the time to do it before we get topics real heavy coming training camp and season time. Who anybody going to training camp? Anybody going to the preseason games? Anybody going to some games this year? The Tampa Week 1 game. You know what I'm saying? What y'all doing? What's up? Talk to me. Yeah. Let's see if we got anything on Hogs Haven right quick. Doesn't look like we have anything on Hogs Haven. They got Receiver, the Netflix series coming out. Remember last year they did the quarterback one. This year they're doing Receiver. Let me check. What is it? Burgundy. Let me see. What's the other one? I know it's Hogs Haven, and then is it Wriggles Rags? I think no, it's not Wriggles Rags. What's the other, y'all? What's the other Commander's website? Just how many games you think we'll win this year? I'm thinking 9-10. This is a completely different team. Yeah, so honestly, bro, shout out to you again, Antoine. I really don't know, man. I my expectations were kind of super high last year for us. That I kind of learned from my past mistakes in that sense of like always expecting we're going to do really good. I'm expecting us to probably win somewhere between 7 to 8 games. Last year, I thought we was going to win 7, 8 games, 9, 10 games, and we turned out to go out 4. So I went 4. I don't think we can't do worse than that. So I think right now I'm going to say 7 and 10, but again, I really don't care what. Obviously, let me say this. I do want us to win. I do want us to be good. But I really don't care how the win total look as long as we're showing progress, because this is a rebuild, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. It is a rebuild. So as much as it would be great to burst onto the scene, like the Texans did last year, that's not something that I'm expecting. I think we are capable of it because of the talent, the coaching staff that we have, and the quarterback that we potentially have, but I'm not expecting it. I'm so far gone with this team with, what I'm saying, expecting things, because every time I expect things, it never goes the way it should, or at least I wish, I hoped it went. So I'm done doing that. So my expectations, I wouldn't say it's low, but it's kind of reasonable to where if it happens, I saw it happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm not even surprised. I'm not even mad, because I'm already like kind of going in with the mindset of, all right, this is a rebuild, reload, 7-8 win team is good for me. But really, I really don't care what we do as far as wins goes, as long as Jaden Daniels shows progress and shows the reason why we drafted him at 2. He's not going to Washington. Yeah, I mean, you could believe that. That's, what I'm saying, like that is definitely a take that's not far fetched. Brandon Aiyuk is not set on Washington. It's just something that we believe could happen. Um, you know, um, but yeah. Shout out to Rudy for coming through. Says, do you think Payne's gonna have a good year? Man, I hope so. I hope Big Payne bounces back, man. Remember that year just 2 years ago where he had an absolutely great year, and we paid him, and we like, hey man, Payne gonna be that dog, man. And then we just did not see that last year. Why does that seem like that always happen with our team? Like, I feel like there's nobody else's team out there that deals with that. Like, we have a player besides Terry. Terry, in recent memory, Terry's like the only one, excuse me, that we've paid that's still like consistent, that's still delivering. But like Jonathan Allen, ever since we paid him, let me go ahead and look at Jonathan Allen right quick, because I know we paid him the offseason prior to Terry. It's like before we paid John Allen, he was really good for us. Then after we paid him, he's just not producing, you know, how we thought he was going to produce. When did we pay him? 2020 offseason, or was it 2021 offseason? I think it was 2021 offseason, because he was coming off of a 9-sack season. Then the year after that, 7.5 is cool, and then this past year is 5.5. But like, you want to see these guys that's making this big money take that like leap, like, you know what I'm saying? Take that leap and be a actual, you know what I'm saying, dog. And not saying Jonathan Allen isn't, but I feel like anytime we extend our players, they never live up to the initial hype that got them the bread. I'm willing to give Dwayne. I'm gonna say Dwayne. I'm willing to give Deron another year. This year. Hopefully he can bounce back. But like, that year he had prior to him getting paid, the year he was trying to get paid, he had an app. Like, man, Deron was a minute. Y'all remember that year? Deron was all over the place. Sacks, batted up balls, led it to interceptions. Like, Deron was that dog that year. Then last year he kind of just fell off. So I'm hoping that, this year he can get right back. But if he doesn't, it's like, man, why does that always happen to us? Every time we pay a player, they then just become a shell of themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Says we're gonna be okay. Antoine says everything's different. I don't think this is a rebuild. Half of the team is different. I understand the heartbreak because it's been happening to us for years, but I've been a fan for 39 years, man. We're gonna be okay. Hey, Antoine, man, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? 39 years of being a fan of this team, man. That's absolutely outstanding. Because I know a lot of people would have probably switched up, but you 39 years in, I'm not even half that in, but I'm 20 years old. I've been a fan all my life, but I'm going to say realistically, I probably started watching around 2011, 2010. So I'm probably 10 years, 11 years in. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going nowhere regardless of how good we are. You know what I'm saying? I could have jumped off the bandwagon, you know what I'm saying, 2019, last year. You could have jumped off, I'm pretty sure, 15, 20 years ago when we was stressed, but you still here. And I understand that. I'm believing in you. I'm hoping that's the case with this new regime, new coaching staff, new quarterback. That's really what it is for us. If we want to be successful, it got to be really on the shoulder of Jaden Daniels, and I'm excited for it. I think he's going to be really good for us. But again, I'm just not going in with that expectation of 9-10 win games, because 10 win season, because I don't want to set myself up for that failure, or that set myself up to get that emotionally invested to where when it doesn't happen, it's like, man, my standings or my standards were too high for a team that's only going into year one of their rebuild or reset, whatever they want to call it. They don't want to acknowledge it as a rebuild, which I understand, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's be for real. Like it's a rebuild. I understand. I'll keep watching you faithfully. Yeah, and I appreciate that. We always gonna be here, man. Regardless of the wins, the losses, we always gonna be here, man. Because at the end of the day, we're diehard fans of the Washington Commanders, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want nothing more than just our team to be really good. Like that's all we really want. You know what I'm saying? I just heard some thunder, y'all. Y'all heard that? Y'all got thunder where y'all at? I know most of y'all probably in the DC area, DMV area. So I'm pretty sure y'all heard that. What's up, Taz? I ain't seen your name in a minute. How you been? What's good? That just gave me the idea to go check right now. My moderators. I need to see who's still active on this jump and who not. Because whoever not active on this jump no more about to get the boot. You hear me? Let me see some right quick. Got all my money, I added up. Julian's book ain't right enough. Oh. Let me see some right quick. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Boom. I don't be seeing my man Brian Harden on this joint no more. Maybe he'll come back around during the regular season. I don't be seeing Shaw World no more. So I'm gonna have to remove him as a moderator. I haven't seen my man Dave in DC. Where my man Dave in DC been at? That was my man. I ain't seen him in a minute. He probably come back around during the regular season. But for the most part, all my mods are actually people that still come around. I haven't seen Muzz in a minute either. Maybe he come back around during the regular season too. But Pedro, King Sean, Philip B. I haven't seen. No, Gurry be around. Gurry definitely be around. Gurry definitely gonna be around. Frankie Lou about to go off this year. That just reminded me. I am gonna make a video on the linebacker core. What's up, dude? How you doing? What's good? Frankie Lubu, I'm definitely excited about Frankie Lubu, man. He bring that swag, that drip, man, that we've been missing for the linebacker room unit for a minute. But these are my mods right here. Everybody, Donnell J, Church, 202 come around. Yeah, so for most part, my mods are on lock. Everybody that's still a mod be coming in this jump. Still, for the most part. But yeah, y'all, we cooling, man. Like again, I just go live. I never go live with a script or with topic plans. I probably should start doing that. But I just come on here to chop it up with y'all and to ask questions. You know, let y'all ask questions. It's y'all time to shine, because you know what I'm saying. Once training camp start happening, once videos start pumping out 2-3 videos a day, you know what I'm saying, we gonna be on the ball. But right now, it ain't really nothing to talk about. So y'all got you and y'all got y'all time to really shine. What's good, Sean White? If I ain't said it already. Young Rondo, what's good? Let me see. Says chilling, ready for Washington, stomp through the NFC East. Hey man, I would love that. You know what I mean? I would love that. Ty says you and Janky Rondo got a collab. Your knowledge, and plus his comedy videos will be gold. Yeah, I'm down. Tell Janky Rondo I'm down. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to collab with Janky Rondo. He funny. You know what I'm saying? He cool. I be watching his videos. He job going up too. He be on the I be seeing his Jones on the TikTok and all that. Shout out to Janky Rondo. I'm down to collab with Janky Rondo. We could probably get a Madden game in or something for the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or we could. I don't even know how we would collab though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we would do specifically, but I'm definitely down. Cause I do want to expand, like not out of Washington talk, but kind of I would this my summer plan was to be different. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. And I've been kind of been wanting to expand a little bit, so maybe collabing with a guy like Janky Rondo could definitely be good. So let him know I'm down to collab. If he open to it, sure. He said he unfollowed me on IG today, but I'ma send it to him. Screen record. Dang, why he unfollow you? I mean, I guess you probably don't know, but damn. Count on my money, I ran it up. I don't even know for real. It's all love though. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I might have to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Catch me live again. You know what I'm saying? Coming up probably next week. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna be back live. You know, I got the videos dropping every single day. That ain't going nowhere. Training camp right around the corner, then preseason, and then the regular season. Excuse me. As training camp, once training camp get here, I'm gonna be going out there. This is gonna be my first time ever going to Ashburn or really going to training camp in general. I ain't never been. So I hope to see y'all out there. I don't even know what day it is for real. I think it's the 27th, I want to say. Is the first day of training camp. I don't know what's the first day they letting fans come in, but whatever the day is, they let fans come in. I'm gonna go, and hopefully I see y'all out there. I'm gonna collect. I'm a vlog. I'm gonna try to get up some clips for y'all while we there. Maybe even pop on a live stream. But yeah, that's really what's coming up on the horizon. Training camp will be here shortly, and I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it. But y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. What day you going? Whatever day they got open for the fans. The first day they got open for the fans. What day is the first day fans can come out? Is it July 28th? Yeah, July. I'm looking at it right now. July 28th. So July 28th is actually the day. July 28th is the day. What July 28th, is that a Thursday or Saturday? Let me look right now. I said Thursday or Saturday. I meant to say Thursday or Friday. Let me see. Oh. That's a Wednesday. Kill. That's a Thursday. I mean, that's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. You going on the 2nd? Kill. Because what tickets y'all buy this year? So I'm most likely going to that Tampa Bay Week 1 jump. I'm trying to go to Cincinnati too, but that might be too close together. But I'm trying to go to Cincinnati too for real. I might that might happen. I really want to go. That might happen, but that may be too close to the Tampa trip. All the jumps I'm trying to hit this year is on the road for real. For real. I don't even want to go to the FedEx jumps. Baltimore, that's right up the street for real. That's like you know what I'm saying, an hour away. What else? I will go to a Giants game in New York, but or Jersey. So like all the Jones, I want to go to New Orleans too. Like these are all the games that I want to go to. Like, but I'm not saying necessarily I will go to. Besides the Tampa one, like that one for sure locked in. But I got Giants tickets. Wanted to see us versus the Bears though, but Giants a certified win. Hey, hopefully, bro. Hopefully, shoot, we ain't been able to beat them, man. So hopefully, it's a certified win. You feel me? Hopefully, sheesh. But yeah. But yeah, though, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, call it a night, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, being your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe here to the Washington Commanders. Again, use SeatGeeks promo code Juan Gotti to get $20 off y'all first purchase. So all them games y'all plan on going to this year, or concerts, or whatever y'all got coming up, go ahead and use $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeeks, so you can get, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of cheaper price, because we know tickets OC high. So go ahead and use $20 off that first purchase by using promo code Juan Gotti. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy. Peace.
Never gave a ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a line.